Our breaking news story, the ANC's National Working Committee will enforce the party's step-aside resolution and suspend members charged with corruption or other serious crimes. This if they refuse to step aside. In a statement released a short while ago, the ANC says it will write to affected members to inform them of the terms and conditions relating to their conduct during their suspension. All right, let's get reaction from political analyst Ongama Mtimka. Ongama, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. So this is a bold step from the ANC.
Yeah, Shahan, good afternoon to you and your viewers. It's a bold step in the right direction, and it shows that those within the party who have grown sensitive to public perceptions about its leaders and how the ANC tolerates corruption within the party are winning, some degree of momentum. Because as we see, since late last year, there has been a number of decisions in each successive NEC meeting which show that there's a swing decidedly more in favor of those that are favoring an ANC that is sensitive to the public in terms of how it is viewed as a party. It was important that the NWC shows some consistency with the decision taken at an NEC level, notwithstanding the comments from some of the leaders that suggested that the ANC might back down on this decision. Obviously, it's still a long road ahead, but I think this is an important momentum building in the right direction for those that are pro-reform in the party.
And of course, President Ramaphosa was pushing for this to happen. We heard him speak about it even at the state capture inquiry. What does it say about the support he now enjoys within the ruling party?
There are power bases, Shahan, in the ANC. So what it means is that at least in the higher echelons of power within the ANC, the support has shifted decidedly to his favor. And if that is the case, it doesn't matter what appeals processes may come as a result of this, because it means that his will or the will of those that are pro-reform will simply be carried. However, there is a proviso here. If there's a perception among those at the higher echelons of power within the ANC that momentum at the level of the branches is shifting towards the side that does not support President Ramaphosa, this support at the highest level may be short-lived. And remember that is how much support is a factor, Shahan, is on two fronts. The local government elections and the regional as well as provincial conferences that must take place will become an acid test as to where the membership support base is shifting. Now, if leaders at the NEC and NWC level perceive that that support base may not be in tandem with the direction that they are advancing currently, you might just see some leaders backtracking on this bold move and sort of assuming neutral ground again, as we've seen with Paul Mashatile. If the reports that he might, if in fact what was attributed to him recently, that there might be a political solution for ACE are true, that may be a sign of attempting to assume middle ground on the basis that people may want to ride a wave of new sentiment at the lower membership basis of the party.
Yeah. So let's talk about Ace Magashule. We are seeing reports that he told the NEC on Sunday that he's not going to step aside. This resolution from the NWC doesn't leave him any choice, does it? His political moves here are, of course, very important for the overall image of the governing party.
Yes, they are. And remember that his chosen strategy at the time of attempting to implement the NEC resolution was to broaden the issue beyond step aside. And therein lies his ability to neutralize opponents. Reason being, it is known there are many people within the ANC that have brought the party into disrepute and have done acts of misconduct as defined by, I think, Rule 2517 of the ANC Constitution. So if he is able, and by the way, while this step may be seen by the public as commendable, the public is not unaware of the fact that the ANC is copping out by limiting those who should step aside only to those who are formally charged. So Ace Magashule then might want as a strategy to continue the broadening of who this decision affects, so that he can kind of not necessarily see the ANC act against everybody who's brought it into disrepute, but force a discussion which may lead to a stalemate. But obviously that's a political strategy. He also has the option of exploring the legal route, because the ANC has entrapped itself by framing this in legalistic terms. He might just be able to exploit or to make use of the presumption of innocence until proven guilty in order to advance arguments against the process that's now been undertaken. But to what extent he may be successful in that, even in courts of law, would be interesting, because the ANC constitution as a basis for the decision that's being taken now is broad enough, not only on issues of legality, but moral and ethical conduct in general, and empowers the ANC to take the kind of action it is taking. But obviously, Ace Magashule can then advance the argument that in being selective, the ANC then delineates the scope only to certain sections of its constitution which deal with formally charged, and the constitutionality thereof might be brought to question.